was the middle of the night, wasn't it?
Yeah, but even on the way there, so our flight was at 3. We left here at like 11, and it took us 45 minutes.
Wow.
Like, we had the easiest journey ever. Like, I swear to God, it was so bizarre. So I packed at the weekend, and we were leaving on Thursday. So like Wednesday night was all very calm, and Thursday it was.
That is impressive. Sorry,
It's only because
still catching up.
I was working. So there was absolutely no way I was going to be able to pack and not be stressed out, like, before I went. So we like left on Thursday morning.
You say that it's so logical. That is still like an unbelievable amount of like organization and foresight.
You know what I'm like though? I'm so anal. Like, I need to have everything. Like, I can't function otherwise.
I can't even begin to imagine packing before like we're supposed to be leaving.
Yeah.
I do pack things for a living though, so maybe.
Yeah, you just have to get away from it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. You have to go the opposite way. And yeah, we got in the car, started driving, and we were like, oh, okay, so this like 50 minutes is going to be like, as we progress, is going to like increase like a lot. No, it went down. It was incredible. Then we got to the airport, no one in bag drop.
Wow. We started to think, isn't there no flights today?
There's been a world like disaster that we're unaware of, and the people in the airport are just laughing at us. Like, it was just a weird thing. And then we got to security. No one in security.
Wow.
So literally, I think from the moment we dropped the car off to the moment we were sitting down having a drink, it was 45 minutes.
Oh my God.
It was insane.
You're blessed.
I know, that's why I went and bought myself some Gucci sunglasses.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this week's episode of They're Not Even Real Housewives, though. To Jenny and I are here. We are all back off holiday. We have a lot to catch up on, but we're not quite sure what all of it is.
No. There's so much happened, and I feel like nothing's happened.
First
All
up,
I know is that I was very angry about OC on my
I think
return.
angry
from my
wasn't
holiday.
even the right word. I would say you were vexed.
Yeah, I was vexed. Yeah. I got back.
I caught up and I was getting the messages. You were watching it. I was like, oh no.
Like, to the point where I was questioning whether or not I should continue to watch, because I was clearly, I'm too invested. Like, this Alexis, Shannon and Tamara situation means way too much to me, and I shouldn't be watching it for my blood pressure. Like, I just shouldn't.
It's just the scene of you having such like a beautiful, relaxing week in Greece in the sunshine, and then being like so angry.
I went to bed for a nap, and I was like, I'll put Housewives on to like fall asleep to, and then I was just like in bed, like ripping the sheets, like, what the fuck? I'm gonna kill somebody. Yeah, it wasn't a serene moment.
Let's take me through what you saw
On OC. So, where do I start? Okay, let me start with like a less vexing couple of scenarios. So,
Sure.
I'm thoroughly enjoying real estate agent Gina.
Okay, yes.
I'm just like with the house, and every time they did something to the house, and she's like looking at her commission check just like going down, and she's like selling this house. And I also really, really, really enjoyed everyone's reactions to her confessional look.
Oh,
The kind of Barbarella, kind of Mars Attacks kind of
it just
style.
why does she never sit down in these outfits?
Well, did you see her response to it? She
No.
posted a video in response, and her video was like, look, I get it. I understand why you guys are so upset. I see it now. But I have to tell you, the outfit looks really good on. Like, she's like,
Standing.
But it was so cute the way she did that. But also, why she felt the need to explain to us who Elizabeth Vargas was. Like,
Yeah.
she went into a full explanation and introduction, and I'm like,
That's what
but she
we
was
watched
on
it.
the last season.
So, what do you think of that as a concept? Do you think what is Elizabeth Vargas doing here? What is she
Nothing.
trying to
She's
do?
just selling her house, and I think she's throwing Gina a bone, which I think is lovely.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
I don't think she's trying to get back on Housewives. I don't think she's trying to do any of that shit. I just genuinely think
Just showing off her house a little bit.
Yeah, and she's really rich and she's a genuine person. Like, I've always got that from Elizabeth, that she was a genuine person.
Okay.
Like, I think she was swept up in a world and she was confused and she was dazed and, you know, she escaped a cult and, you know, all that stuff. So there's some issues there.
Yes.
But in general, I feel like how I would want to be if I was stupid rich. I would want to be a giver backer of the people.
Okay, that's nice. Do you feel like with American houses, sometimes you look at them and they're so enormous, and then they're actually like that house was unbelievably enormous, and it was a 3-bedroom house.
Yeah, but it's living space, isn't it? It's not sleeping space. It's an entertaining house. It's not.
What if you want guests?
Well, then they stay in hotels.
Okay.
I don't get it.
I feel like a spare room would be nice.
Or just like, I don't know, maybe like, yeah.
Because they always have those like casitas, don't they? Which I just think is a converted garage, but what do I know?
It is a converted garage.
Okay, cool.
And I would have one. And that's where people would stay if they came to stay with me.
I would love it if people would stay in my garage.
Yeah, but your garage is a shit tip. So
yeah, and it's very much falling down.
Yeah.
And made of asbestos.
I know that there's a certain person that you would like to stay in there, but we won't go there.
In there with the foxes.
Yeah. But anyway, so I'm thoroughly enjoying Gina as a real estate agent. I think it's very cute. I think it's very funny. And I think seeing her get some money now and how she's acting is hilarious.
Oh,
Bitch
so
thinks
funny.
Vix thinks she's on the bros level.
Oh, she's made, she thinks.
Also as well, and this was where I was going with this whole conversation, but let's just go there now.
Good.
So I know I said this before, but I'm doubling down on it now. She legit kicked Travis out so she didn't have to pay for Travis and his kids.
Yeah. I've gone from being confused to just being kind of mad.
If that was the other way round,
it would be such a dick move. And
like this man doesn't know how to take care of his kids and blah blah blah.
And now she's doing this like knocking through in the bedrooms and stuff. And I'm like,
and he's like, I feel like you're erasing. Yeah, you are. There's no hiding.
Never know he lived there. And also, they go and stay at his house.
Well, she does her stuff.
But his kids don't come and stay at her house, their previous house.
Wow.
So she's away in La Quinta in this big ass house, and he's got 6 kids in his like weekend dad apartment.
And she's not even keeping her house the same. So when his kids come to stay, they have somewhere to sleep.
But his kids don't come to stay.
She must have a sugar coochie. What is happening?
I do not know.
Or his ex is telling the exact truth about him. He's sad, depressed, lonely, and is always looking for a free ride. So he doesn't really care where it comes from. And maybe that's what we're not seeing. Like Gina's finally starting to see that Travis is like a fucking freeloader, and she's like, I'm not doing it.
Except she's getting like, I am doing it because every other weekend I'm sending them to your house so I can go out. And she keeps being like, he's trying to break up with me. I'm like, I think you've broken up with him.
So confusing. But anyway, then
I love it though, and I think I'd be the same. As soon as you like know you have to be tidy, it's just like people just like pour in liters of like espresso martini all in the kitchen. Like, why did Shannon have a gallon of water? Just pour all over the rug.
My favourite part was watching Heather Dubrow scrub the floor.
Yeah, but she got it though. I feel like Heather maybe like potentially doesn't actually. She might never unwrap anything really. I bet she lives in like a kind
unwrap.
Yeah, like a sellable house that like nothing's ever actually opened or like turned down. She just like slides into the bed.
The bitch knew how to clean.
She did. Okay. She doesn't know how to take her plates back from the table.
That was so funny. She just got up. There was no question. Yeah. But she did spend all that time opening up the pineapple so they could drink champagne in the morning, which I thought was, I would clear someone's plate for that.
Yeah, no, great skill. Great foresight. Yeah. Excellent planning.
How do you feel about...
And having the grill on top of the grill? And that was all they had to eat, like 6 sausages. But again, I thought that was very impressive planning.
Yeah.
So that woman's trying to sell her house. Let's not mess up her barbecue.
Yeah.
It's like, well, Heather is, arguably a dick a lot of the time. She's not going to fuck you over where your money is.
No, she's never coming for your money.
No, she wants the rich people to stay rich.
Yeah. What do you think about Katie? So this whole paparazzi situation, look, I'm just going to put it out here. Do I think Heather Dubrow called the paparazzi? No. Yeah. Do I think Heather Dubrow texted the paparazzi? Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, you got me on a technicality.
I think she 1000% contacted the paparazzi by telephone. Probably not.
Oh.
But there was a different method for her to get that out there. And I also think that is separate to my concerns about this whole argument and dynamic.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned about the timeline. I want to know how long ago it was. Screenshot. I want to know how long it was before Gina backtracked on what she said. Did she really say in the manner that it was intended?
The next day? Was it 2 weeks? Well, I think, like you say, whether she did or did not contact the paparazzi, which she did, is not the point. The point is, Katie come in naive enough to say, "I've got receipts." I'm like, "No, you have a text message. You have a WhatsApp off a friend that says, yes, she phoned the paparazzi." Like, that doesn't mean shit.
No.
I can text you that right now. That doesn't prove anything.
Meanwhile, Shannon and Alexis have actual receipts. Like, actual receipts. No, but listen. I don't know if Gina was being messy. I haven't worked that one out yet. I haven't come to the conclusion on if I think Gina was trying to cause shit between Heather and Katie. I don't actually think that she was. I think Katie came in hot thinking she can do something by saying that she had something on Heather, and that's how this whole conversation came up. But I think it could be...
She's pissed at Heather because she's like blanked her at a party.
Yeah. And I think
she's just kind of rolling around being a bit like, "Oh, you're the big bitch. Well, I'm a big person too, even though I don't know what she is."
Confused about her heritage. That's what she is.
But like, what is her claim to being rich? Like, obviously they are rich.
She married rich. She's not rich.
But he is a what?
I don't know. A guy who lives in her house. I don't know.
Because it's not just about being rich, is it? It's about having the job title that like equates to being rich. That's why like people don't like Ryan. Whereas Terry is a plastic surgeon. That's like peak rich dickhead out there.
Do you really think that's why people don't like Ryan?
No.
Just as a bite to buy. But I hear your point now.
I think it's one of the reasons that people question Ryan, because nobody knows what Ryan does.
Not even Jen.
No. I mean, she would be the last person to know. She doesn't know shit about shit. Her ex-husband worked for her dad and she didn't know what he did.
Yeah, fair.
Current husband. Still husband.
But I think the Katie reaction to everything is just a bit extreme. I think the crying over it, I think the saying she feels betrayed. I think all of that trying to make something of it is just a bit ridiculous to me, and I'm not here for it.
I think Heather is the same though.
Yeah.
Like, it affected my children.
Yeah, no, it didn't.
Did it?
Your kids don't care.
And also, Katie didn't start the cheating rumor.
No.
The paparazzi rumor is a whole different rumor. Like, your dad's a fame whore. Like, this is not news.
Yeah, but I think it was because it was a paparazzi planted picture to prove that they were still happily married, right?
Yeah. But I just think
it's all ridiculous.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. I quite like Katie though.
Yeah, I do.
Like, I'm not sure if I'd want to hang out with her, but I think she's quite an interesting addition.
I do as well. Yeah, I think she's fun, and I think she's quite. I think she'd bring a dynamic to the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think she's already shown like a bit of depth. like with the chat about the kids and the dads and like, you know, there's more to her than just like dumb sunglasses.
Yeah. Fair.
It's all a little heavy-handed with the golf clothes and the winning of Paris sunglasses, all of that. I was like, oh no.
It was a bit much.
And I'm like, it's not, golf's not interesting.
For some people it is.
But even when they put it on the telly for the people who play golf to play, like they have to win a lot of money to want to do it.
Yeah.
Like you don't win, there's not like prize money when you win like other sports. It's like the glory of winning it.
Fair.
Maybe that's not true. Some sports you do win a lot of money, don't you?
A lot of the sports you do, but it's not really the same.
The boring ones.
Like if you're a golfer, everyone just immediately knows that you're rich. But if you're like a footballer, people are like, yeah, but what division do you play for? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, are there semi-professional golfers?
Don't they just teach people like Ramona in the Hamptons how to play golf?
Maybe. Yeah, there's like a golf pro at like every golf club, isn't there?
Yeah. Anyway, that Kate situation is weird to me.
Yeah, everyone's overreacting. I can't wrap my head around Gina because I think Emily is right. Gina is up Heather's ass.
She is, but I think it's because
she has like 7 houses that she needs to sell, and Gina is now in real estate.
Yeah. I think there's more to it than just her being up her ass. I think
Emily's not moving. Tamara's not moving.
No, Emily's too much. So how are we feeling about Emily? Do we think Emily's been mean and unreasonable, or are we loving the way Emily's reacting to stuff? Because quite frankly, I am loving it.
I mean, I think 2 things can be true.
Well, I don't think no.
I think she's being mean, and I love it.
The way her and Gina had that argument on the pickleball court, I died. I've always been like this. We love each other. We don't like this. We're not like Those bitches are crazy. She was like, if I was going to be aggressive, I would have smacked you with my racket by now.
I think it's always good to check in after an argument to be like, this is rough, but we're not as crazy as those people. I do that.
Yeah. I loved all of it. But the way that she reacted to Jen and the Rolex and her owing people money was too much.
It was too much. It was too much because she's not like going round like because actually does Jen owe anybody any money?
No, her ex-husband.
Yeah, her ex-husband owes on the rent.
Yeah.
And somebody owes the car dealership, but nobody's upset if car dealerships lose money.
No.
Like, and probably also her ex-husband.
Yeah, probably. I heard
it's not really her.
Rolex is having to be wound up when they're put on.
Oh, maybe.
Like, I feel like they don't work like a normal, like, watch, like, does.
I have a wind-up watch.
Yeah, so I think that's why it wasn't working, but she probably just didn't know how to use it.
Yeah.
Bless her. She didn't even know what way her shoes went on.
I mean, I'm amazed that she can, like, tell time, like, on a clock.
She probably can't. Let's be clear. She probably can't.
She is, like, willfully dumb with money.
Yeah, willfully. Yeah, she's just what Head of the Bro says. Maybe she's just not very good with money.
No shit, Heather.
It's just the way she said it was so funny.
Like Heather's there, like me. Oh yes, I do all my own books.
Yeah, on a big tax hole somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Jen thing, like, yeah, I think Emily has overreacted
Just a tad.
Like in a way that I think she just can't. I think the cameras have made her lose the filter of what is real and what is in front of people. Like, I think if that person came into our friendship group, we wouldn't say that to her face. We would say it to each other. Like, that bitch should sell her Rolex. Get a car she can afford. Stop driving around in their new weird boyfriend's car.
I don't know. I don't know. A couple of bottles of wine in sometime. We might.
Like, if you don't want hard truths, we're maybe not the friends.
We're not the friends. However, as a whole, how are you loving Jen? Like, I feel like Jen is the best hire decision Bravo has done
for a
really long time.
I mean,
outside of Monica Garcia. Yeah, I said it.
Oh,
She was fucking brilliant. And
she was a firecracker. Jen is great because she is genuinely so naive.
yeah,
Like, I mean, how much they pay? I bet they're paying her like 3 bags of candy.
yeah, probably. And
I
a
mean, when
sherbet
she's on
dip.
the phone to her kids.
Did that kid TP someone? What was that?
So he toilet papered someone's house in the day.
Yeah.
And what was he ringing her about? To buy toilet paper? What was he saying?
To confirm? I don't know.
Oh, Lord, those kids. And he's like, now I've got to like have a curfew. Like, yes, that seems reasonable.
What have these kids been doing?
Just whatever the fuck they want. Also, she's so naive about that guy, and she's like, and now suddenly he's with Lara. I'm like, no, babe, he's always been with Lara.
Yeah. You know when you felt like he checked out of the marriage?
Yeah,
He
that's 'cause
checked into Lara's vagina.
marriage. You know what? Lara's kids look like your husband.
Yeah.
That's why he fits so happy in that family.
Oh, that's mean.
I was like, since we broke up, and then suddenly, no, love, come now. Come on. You think she was avoiding you in the car park for so long for no reason? Yeah, she is naive, but she is fun. Like, because
I really like her. I really like her.
I'm not sure if I really like her.
Oh, I do. I'm obsessed.
I
Obsessed.
think she's a great hire.
Yeah. She's good to look at. She's the right level of dumb and funny. But then she has these switched on moments. So that's like
She's like
over.
emotionally switched on, which like
Yeah.
a lot of them don't have.
But no, but other than that, like, let's talk about Alexis.
Okay.
So
Okay, let's get into it.
no, but let's talk about the light side of it right now. Like, Jen's calling her out on her like diverting from conversations. It's like, I asked you if you like coffee in the morning. Now we're talking about your period. Like, what the fuck happened? And like, when she's continuously going on about Shannon, and she's like, when are you going to let that fight go? Because no one else is talking about it. You just keep bringing it up.
Just you.
And it was just like, clearly Jen's not that dumb.
No, because I think she's a good mum. I think she's like tuned in emotionally. Like, I think she can do that thing when someone is like garbling at her, and she can go, right, the words you're saying are this, but it's about that.
Yeah.
You can do that. But she just can't balance the books. And what the fuck has who is trying to fuck who over with her and Ryan? I don't understand.
Oh, I don't know. So let's talk about the whole Shannon, Tamara, Alexis of it all.
Okay.
That's a shout out to Vicky.
Yes.
Great cameo.
Absolutely perfect.
Woman is super problematic, and I have very big issues with Vicky as a whole. But listen, she will always be the OG of the OC, and she deserves her flowers. As simple as that. She really does. But how are we feeling about Tamara's incessant attack of Shannon?
I think it's really mean, and even like Gina said it, didn't it? Like you're not helping. You're not leading her to water here. Like, you're just shouting, you're just berating at her, telling her she's an alcoholic, and it's not working. Like, if you
why? Why is she doing that?
She's dumb. She can't think of a cleverer thing to say.
And bitch looks old.
Yeah.
Have you seen how old she looks? I think what the actual issue is, she's jealous because Shannon looks better than her.
Maybe.
Vicky, whoever her stylist is, and let her go on TV in that halter neck shirt tie situation with her granny arms. Whoever her stylist is was mean.
I don't like that purple look either, but I understand what it's doing because it covers the arms. But I think she's unhappy. And I think that's what it is.
I wouldn't normally comment on
she's brought it up there because she's been a dick.
Yeah, because granny arms is something we're all going to face. Okay?
Oh, absolutely.
We're all going to get granny arms. But Tamara doesn't deserve sympathy for her granny arms. The bitch looks old, and she should always be wearing makeup because her face is a mess.
Her face is a mess.
Actually,
I think she's just sad because she's losing control of her life in OC. Eddie's moving to Big Bear. He gives no shits if she comes or not.
Yeah.
Half her kids don't like her.
That's the thing. Imagine having Tamara come for you so hard and you not turn around and say, well, where are your children?
Yeah. Do you know when my kids come home to at Christmas, my house?
That takes a big fucking person not to do that.
I think the real fuck up for Alexis and Tamara is that Shannon is getting way more. It's a win for her. Yeah, because they're all being such dicks to her, and she's generally just turning around and saying she's sorry and trying to work it out.
And it's the little digs as well. Like, what's she doing? Is she getting a drink? Like, is that before or after you have a drink? Every time I've spoken to you on the phone, you've been drunk because you're an alcoholic. Like, why?
And it's just so like naive. So I'm like, actually, like alcoholics don't get that drunk. Like, just wake up to it. But she's just mean. And it's that thing we've said before. It's like, well, what is your story? What else you can talk about, Tamara?
Yeah.
Because now you're talking all about this, your daughter who doesn't talk to you, and storyline's going nowhere.
And the son that loves Trump that tried to kill his ex-wife. We're not talking about that.
And then there's the goth daughter. She doesn't really want to be on this. Like, I'm like, what else are we talking about? Eddie's got no job and doesn't live here.
And where's the son that was on last season? He doesn't want to be on it again.
Nope.
Like, Tamara, seriously, like, I feel so bad for her.
Yeah.
Because there's
like,
something
when you're sitting there with
her
Gina,
that's right.
And Gina is, when she's sitting there having that conversation and Gina is like, no, you're not helping. Like, this isn't the answer. If you're really concerned. And she's like, oh, but you weren't like that. She's like, yeah, I was in a bad place. Like, it's like, she's more self-actualized.
Yeah.
Gina, who is knocking down walls in her house to get rid of her boyfriend.
All right, let's talk about Alexis. And
so, who
weirdly,
is manipulating who here?
Oh, they're manipulating each other.
Because I
both think they're doing something.
Yes, but what do they think they're doing? Are they?
I don't know, but can I just say, I can't stand Alexis, and I am really angry at how much I hate her because of the Shannon situation. Because when I say she makes me laugh harder than anyone has ever before, she is so insane.
Oh, she is.
When she's not talking about Johnny, when she's not talking about Shannon, the stuff that comes out of her mouth has me on the floor. She's so funny.
I love / I'm scared of those like religious people who are just like, I have like outsourced all decision making to God. It's like everything. And you're like, I hope I'm never in the car with you and like something bad happens because they're just like, God's plan. I'm like, no, man, we can break. Like, what is happening? Like, and she's like, oh, Tamara, God's plan. Jesus, come to Tamara now. Tamara is sad. I'm like, come on, man.
But she's exactly with everything that's wrong with religion. Yeah. Talking about how much sex she's having and how great her life is, but meanwhile she's going to church. Fuck off.
You're divorced and you're unmarried and
you're having sex outside of marriage and you're probably cohabiting also. Bitch, please.
And you are not trying to get pregnant.
And you are being vicious and vindictive and malicious to your neighbour. Love thy neighbour, bitch.
And greedy and all of the whatever. I don't know. I can't remember what the sins are, but they're all those.
She's doing all of them. Absolutely. And on a Sunday as well, I'm mean.
Yeah, so she's completely batshit.
She's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and I fucking love all of it. The way that she was like, them.
You have a conversation with her, you don't really have to think about what your reply will be. You just talk.
When she walked downstairs to Tara told her to put a sweater on, and she walked past the people.
Where is everybody? And they're like, I'm here.
Oh.
She's
fucking
like
brilliant TV.
So, are you going to put some clothes on?
Wow. When they went tubing and she just went down the hill without even... See, I love that. There was like no regard for safety because Jesus was going to take the wheel and she was going to be safe regardless.
God's plan.
But Oh, mate. Everything. Absolutely everything. But how is she not seeing the red flags that this man is showing you footage that incriminates, that can destroy his ex? This man is suing his ex for amount of money that they had an agreement with.
Mm-hmm.
This man is speaking poorly of
his ex.
his ex and everything that's happening around him. You are going to be an ex one day.
Yeah. Well, she's
How are you not seeing that?
Like such a tiny amount of time. Like she doesn't. She thinks she's manipulating this situation and she's in control. And I'm like, you can't see that he has targeted you.
Yeah. So he could get to Shannon.
Yeah.
Because for whatever bizarre reason, this man can't let Shannon go.
I just, what does he want? Does he want to be Vicky? I don't understand what he wants.
I think he's just evil and depraved.
But it's more focused than that. It's something about the Housewives.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh my God, he's one of those.
Maybe he has a podcast.
I saw a brilliant thing on Instagram that was like, I just need to know more about John Johnson's daughter before I judge Shannon on how evil this is, because she might also be really annoying.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
I think it's an excellent point.
Yeah.
Like, what if she's just like him?
If she's like him, then I'd be running her over too.
Brum.
Yeah. Might go forward and back a couple times. We're going to hell, but who gives a fuck?
So Alexis, like, do you think she's like worried about the edit? Like, maybe she's getting a bad edit, and there are times that she's not talking about Johnny J, and she's being a normal person, and it's just being edited so that she is only ever talking about him.
Wait, okay. Okay. First of all, I think you're mixing up why Bravo brought her back. Bravo don't bring her back because they give a fuck about Alexis. Bravo brought her back because she was banging Shannon's boyfriend.
Yeah, you're right.
So she knew, if she didn't realise that her whole entire edit is going to make it look like she's the villain and Shannon is the star, that bitch is nuts. Like I said to you, if you put in the gift search box on your phone or on Twitter or X or whatever it is, and you put Shannon, the first 4 pages is Shannon Bador, Storms Bador doing all of her crazy hands and all the rest of it. You just Shannon. You don't have to put her last name, just Shannon. You put Alexis in, and it's the girl from Schitt's Creek. No one gives a fuck about Alexis Bellino. No one, not one person. So listen, don't come, people coming at me like she was hiding. No, she was purely there to make Shannon look like the star, and that's exactly what she was doing. Bravo needed Shannon to have a redemption season, and that's what they're doing, and that is purely what it is. And if Alexis thinks
know that,
anything, no, of course she doesn't. But why does she not know that?
She's dumb. And she, this leans into like the Sara in Dubai of it all. Like, I'm gonna get so much hate for this. Like, traditional values people are dumb because they're like, well, I have to bow down in front of my man and follow what he says, and my man is right. And like, no, sometimes he's dumb or bad. But she's like, well, I'm a good wife.
Who said this?
Well, this is Alexis's thing. Like, I've got a new boyfriend and I need to be married because that's my purpose in life, is to be married and to be a wife. And so my boyfriend wants me to do this, and so I'm doing it, and that's making me a good wife. And I'm like, you're not a good wife, you're divorced. Like, this like Christian bullshit is the thing.
I can't. And how can you be with 2 men that's suing the same woman?
It's creepy at this point. You're obsessed with her. Stop it.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. Obsessed.
Completely.
I just don't understand how she thinks that she's coming in to do anything other than make Shannon look good. Because that is what her role has been.
About this stuff though, because it's like that you weren't there then, were you? Because he was with her then. You've been together 7.5 minutes.
Why are you comfortable with this man dragging her through the mud? Like,
but you're choosing to do it. You're choosing to say all these things that you have no evidence of.
I'm confused how like, just, I know her mum's dead, and I shouldn't bring her name up, but like, her mum should have raised her better.
Yeah, I just think And this like weird thing of like, well, he's such a good Christian boy. We went to my church and then we went to his church on Christmas Eve. And I'm like, that also seems like quite a low bar.
Because you went to church.
You went
to free wine.
On Christmas Eve? I'm like, well, yes, that is like one of the big times to go, isn't it?
It's the one time that you get like the check mark to say,
Like,
you know.
It's, yeah, like the standards, the bars are so low.
So low.
And also, I just don't think like good Christian men sue women.
But good Christian men don't allow women to pay for stuff either.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? Like, again, with Dubai, isn't it? Like, if you like, you either have to be. I just don't know. I don't know how the middle ground sits. Either you're modern or you're traditional. I don't understand how it works.
Didn't she say to Akin that she expected him to fund her lifestyle?
Yeah.
So when he's telling her not to take a job,
he should be paying for shit.
In my response to that would be, great, where's my 45 grand?
Yeah.
That's what she should have said. Not tried to pull this feminine bullshit.
Yeah, but then she like compromised on it all anyway.
Oh, don't get me started on the way that she talks in front of her child. But anyway,
Jesus.
I'm so confused. I am so confused. Anyway, we got anything else to talk about OC before we move on to Dubai?
Yeah. Yes, I think so. In that I had a final point about Alexis.
The traditionalist versus the...
I don't know. I don't know what she thinks she's playing at. And also, I just think it's all really cruel. Oh, yeah. So, but I think Shannon, they said it right to her face, didn't they, in that breakfast or whatever it was, when they were like, but you said you paid for everything. Like, you can see why, like, you have lied. There are cracks in this story because suddenly you owe him 75K, or even if you don't owe him, he's given you 75K and you have been continually saying,
yeah.
So there is some gap between the truth and your story.
Which is very reasonable.
Yes. But to be like, I'm 100% the victim, it's hard. But also, you can't just sue people for money that you gave people.
If there was no agreement in place, no. But it's not about the money, though, is it? It's not about the money. It's not about the money. It's about humiliating Shannon. And that's the part.
If you don't pay, you're going to release something. I'm like, but isn't that extortion or... That's blackmail? Isn't it blackmail? Isn't that a thing?
Yeah.
And
again, Jen had another lucid point on that when she was just like, what do they think that's going to do to our children? What do they think that's going to do to the situation? Like, why would you do that to someone's family?
Yeah. And again, I feel like Katie is being used to be like the arbiter of bad news, because she was like, oh yeah, he's got like this, like nobody else said what the video was.
No.
How do you feel about the group being separate, the separate trips in it?
I quite like it.
Okay, interesting.
Because I feel like it's the same with Jersey. It's the same as how New York got towards the end. It's the same with Atlanta. When they're together, there's just, I can't with the drama. It gets vicious. The odd fight I enjoy watching. But
not the same fight over and over again. It's exactly what I felt in Dubai, like, as well. There was loads of times when it was like, okay, let's sit down and discuss this. I'm sorry. And then someone would go, okay, accept you're sorry, but you need to know that you really hurt me and you did it. And it's like, no, we've said sorry. Line, period, dot.
Okay.
But I think maybe that's a real English thing.
Or maybe just a non-housewives thing.
Maybe.
Although, because Caroline does keep saying, like, I thought we had this conversation. I thought we discussed this.
I've said I'm sorry, even though I'm aware you're mental.
Yeah.
I'm aware how crazy this situation is, and I the irony is not lost on me.
Yeah. Oh, Caroline's so funny.
Okay. We didn't do any words on the street. Do we have any words on the street before we start about Dubai? I saw that Tom Girardi has taken a stand.
What, actually taking a stand?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Ooh, how's that gonna go?
I don't think well.
No. But not well for who?
Well, yes, exactly. Sort of for anybody. Not well for all concerned, I think. Did I see anything else?
Erica should be quaking in her boots.
Other than that, I just saw really good OC replies of people being like, if we're bringing like Alexis back to terrorize Shannon, I think we should bring Gretchen back to terrorize Tamra.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Oh, and the other thing is, why is no one asking Alexis how our kids ended up in the swimming pool in the pram?
What?
Yeah. I forgot all about this, and then I saw someone tweet about it, and then I remembered it exactly when it happened.
What?
She was at a country club, or she was on holiday, or she was doing something, and her twins, like, were in a pram, strapped in by a pool.
Yeah.
He just rolled it. But apparently, Jim caught the pram just before it went inside the pool. But it was a whole thing. Yeah, she was in the news about it and everything. She was a housewife at the time.
So I don't believe in God, so I don't think it can happen. It's fine.
No, but not only that, but I think at the point of the way that those two are going at Tamra, at Shannon, gloves are off. As she said herself, gloves are off.
As she said. That was so insane. And I feel like that was so forced and fake, that whole like pretense of a phone call, or it was a phone call, or like, why is she having her phone calls with him like on camera?
Because that's part of her pay agreement. She doesn't get paid.
We don't know. So hideous.
Yeah. Anyway, Dubai. Let's go.
Dubai. I don't think we've really spoken since they've been in Bali.
So they've gone to Bali.
They've gone to Bali. Caroline Brookson's late.
Praying and loving it. No.
They eat, pray, party. No.
There we go.
Yes?
Same meat, different gravy. Yep.
Eat, pray, party. Loads of shit's happened in Dubai, hasn't it? No, in wherever we've been.
No, we're talking about Dubai, but we're in Bali.
We're in Bali.
Yes.
Okay, things that have happened. They have been to a club where you can be sober and not a dick. Like, that's perfectly fine.
Okay.
Like, someone should let Sarah know. Is it Sarah or Sara?
I don't really know.
I can't. So she's all like overreacting over everything. I find her such a conundrum.
Conundrum? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Why a conundrum?
I just think she is so contradictory with her, like, this is what I mean about the grey area. Like, are we very traditionalist, or are we in the modern world? Like,
well, she's covered in fucking tattoos. She's
what a conundrum. Like, do you just want someone to pay for your lifestyle? Is that what we're after? But like, you're like, oh no, they're out here, they're getting drunk, they're dancing. I'm like, what did you think was going to happen in a club? He was in a prayer circle.
A circle jerk, maybe.
Yeah, like, she's so weirdly like uptight and prudish about what she wants to be. In the end, then like defends it by being like, this is my culture.
Good, but we're not in Dubai right now, so.
But also, like you say, like, that only seems to go so far. It's like, doesn't your culture say you shouldn't get divorced? You've been divorced twice.
So maybe it's not working out for you. Maybe you should have sex before marriage. Maybe you should be living with people, because
maybe try that. Maybe get some practicing, because apparently once you've paid, you don't seem to be worth the cow.
No. Oh,
maybe build some technique.
Oh, wow. Learn how to milk the prostate. Come on.
What hand signal do they do in New Jersey?
I can't remember, but it wasn't anything to do with prostate. It required fingers, but there was whole hands involved. I was like, oh.
So yeah, they go to a club. Caroline, I love that Caroline Stanbury is continuously like incredibly hungover.
Oh, but when she had to stop the fact that she had to vomit, I was just like, I have been there so many times. I'm aware. And I love the way that she's so calm and English about it. She's like, it's okay, darling. I'm okay, darling.
Hey, darling, can we pull over, please?
I'm okay now, darling. I'm good now, darling. I can drink again in about 2 hours, darling. Give me her best Patsy Kensit from Absolutely Fabulous.
I feel like she's really like living her age now. Like, this just happens, doesn't it? Like, you just can't do that in your 50s.
And you will just all of a sudden just vomit randomly and then be like, I'm actually okay now. I just needed to get whatever that was out.
See, I've never been able to vomit and then be okay.
Oh, I'm a good vomiter.
Oh, I'm so much worse. And it's so bad. Well, I've hardly ever been sick. I'm so bad at
the
it.
toxins out. I can't.
Oh, I want to, but I just can't. And so like my body fights it so hard that I'm like 90% sure it comes out my eyes. And it like definitely mainly comes out my nose. Like it's so awful.
You got to learn to open up.
I'm so bad. I can't release it.
Oh, you poor thing.
No, it's not good.
No.
I'd much rather just shit myself.
Yeah. Actually, to be fair, I think that's way more humane.
It's just like, at least we're just not interrupting any directions.
No. Anyway, so they go to Dubai. They do their various activities.
Ayan and Lisa have a big row
about
Nothing.
the voice note.
Oh, the voice note
up about what Sara said.
But she's actually talking about Talene.
It's actually something completely different. And Caroline Stanbury was trying to be messy. And he popped it pretty much straight away.
Yeah.
Straight away. She was like, yeah, but I wasn't trying to do things between you two. I was trying to cause shit with these two.
And she's like, and I didn't know that you got it off Lisa. Like, in no way did we have to know that Lisa was involved.
Yeah.
Like, Chanel, you have done that.
Yeah.
You have thrown Lisa under the bus. And then they go insane. And then they like ring each other's husbands.
That's much. I'd be like,
I mean,
am I married to a 12-year-old?
Like, he puts up with shit all the time, doesn't he? He's just like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, every time he answers the phone, he's just like, well, this is just going to cost 12 grand.
Yeah.
Like, whatever it is. Like, he just saw her ring and he was like, oh, I'm booking a flight for somebody. Like,
yeah. Lisa's husband gives me a vibe that he thinks that he's like the big man on campus because he has the
player.
He has the hot black
wife.
Yeah. Am I the only one who gets that?
No, that's entirely his vibe. He listens zero to her.
No, he doesn't give a fuck. He's just like, shut up and let me put my dick in your mouth.
While you're here.
Yeah. Like, I could give a fuck. Can I grab this wig or do we need to change? Like, I just feel like he doesn't care. Whereas I feel like
explaining like all of that, and he was just like, yeah, I don't need to know.
I'm in the pub. What the fuck are you doing?
Blah blah has like a football. Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, and then Aya's husband is just so. I don't know.
He's like along for the ride. He's like in wonder.
Yeah, he's like, how did I get this woman? She's incredible. Like it's very yeah. I like him a lot. I really do. I really like him.
We could all do with him as a friend.
As a friend, yeah, not a husband.
No,
I need some more research.
A friend's husband.
Huh?
A friend's husband. That would be great. Like,
yeah,
like you need some business investment.
Yeah,
you know, Chris.
Yeah,
it's just gonna give you
sound advice.
He's gonna bring you back down, and he's gonna buy you lunch.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. So they have that weird, massive argument, and then they make up again, and
like they like storm off into a corridor after like breakfast, and they're like, I was like, why are we so triggered? But I think everyone's just hungover and like a bit jet lagged.
And we talk about the waterfall they went into to scream. I want to do that.
Yeah, I thought you would.
I'd love that. Oh,
I like people's reactions between the people who were like, well, I'm not going to go and scream in a waterfall, and the people who screamed and were like, it was an entirely cleansing experience. I let go of everything in my life. And the people who just like, yeah, I like to scream.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, noted.
Yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I'd rather just go to a waterfall. I don't think I have to scream.
Okay, well, you could have just stood there.
Yeah, that sounds nice. The thing is, if I was having a nice time at a waterfall and people were screaming, I think I'd kick them. I'd be like, down you go. Because they were perched.
Yeah, they were perched. Yeah.
Off you pop.
Yeah, off you pop. Yeah. Oh dear God.
And again with the contradiction, like Lisa's suddenly like scared of giving the offerings to the statues because it's not Christian.
Yeah.
Like, well,
yeah. But she was acting like a stripper in the club the night before.
And possibly was an escort.
Yeah. Well, God, here we go.
But I'm like,
but why is that coming up now?
Just to piss her off.
We've been waiting years for Dubai. It wasn't like Dubai finished wrapped last night 9 months ago, and this is like straight fresh after. That's been years.
Yep.
So where are we?
I don't know, but I think she just was. I don't understand why that reaction came up though for her. I think she just doesn't like Stanbury.
No, and I can understand that.
Yeah.
Most Americans don't get the English, and I think that's fine. And I think Stanbury's attitude towards life is too much for Lisa. Like,
yeah, it's too raw.
Yeah, and it's also very laid back. Lisa's wound up tight and highly strung, whereas Caroline Stanbury's like, fuck it, darling. I'll pay for it to be fixed tomorrow. Whereas Lisa's just like, I need to be everywhere. I've got alarms for everything. Like, everything is happening and blah, 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 blah.
She's like, why don't you just get staff?
Yeah. Oh, because you can't afford it. I'm sick. I think that's exactly what it is. Like, she married the white English guy and she didn't get
She didn't get the castle.
Yeah. That's what she's upset about.
When my mate lived in China and I went out to visit her and they were like, oh my God, you live in Scotland? You live in a castle? And I was like, mate, not even close.
No.
I was like, no, we have shift flats there too, don't worry.
Yeah. Next door's a crack den, downstairs is a strip club.
This is when I lived in Glasgow. That's exactly how you would describe where I lived in Edinburgh.
Yeah. And then they have the dinner with the designer dresses.
Oh, yeah. And everyone freaks the fuck out.
I thought the dresses were quite nice.
I think they were fine.
I don't think they were couture.
No, and I don't think I would look good in one.
No.
But I don't think I would. You're better to roll with that. Aren't you?
So the food they ate in the hotel looked really nice. It looked better than the food they got in the restaurant. Why are you eating foie gras and barley?
It's that, isn't it? I'm like, why aren't we playing to our strengths? Because the food looked best before they went on the swing.
Yeah.
But yeah, what is wrong with Brooks? Why is she such a dick?
She's Tamra.
She's really unhappy.
Angry and unhappy about her life. And I think...
Which is so weird because it seems to have played out so clearly like it would look like it would.
Yeah, but the thing is as well, I think everything that I think she's bought a glass house because her house is actually made of glass. And I think it's not going to be long before she's the Jen Shah of Dubai. I think, where is she getting her money? She claims that her ex-husband doesn't give her fuck all.
Yeah.
So where did she get her money from? Because she was so dirt poor that she couldn't leave her ex-husband to escape with her son because he was abusive. And all of a sudden she moves to Dubai
and opens a business.
And she's richer than God. Fuck off.
Yeah.
There's something. This doesn't work.
I mean, presumably she can't be like, Zohan gives me X amount of money, because I'm sure his books don't say he earns anything. He looks dodge.
Right? But yeah, I just think the Caroline Brooks of it all is just so weird to me.
She is like chaos.
And chaos, not angry. Sober. There's something, she's fucked up every single time. This is fair. Don't get me wrong, I probably would be too. But like, she's actively
work. Yeah. Like, for her, I'm like, this is work for you. Like,
yeah. But like, she's just not right, is she?
No.
What did you think of the argument? The way it kind of tapered down with Talene, and they all of a sudden became... And
they were just friends again.
Yeah.
Because we ate pasta.
Yeah.
Like, that's all it is. These women are just hungry.
Well, you said that before. Quite a few times.
But yeah, I don't really understand how we made up. We just made up because Talene decided to stay with her because she couldn't possibly wear mustard yellow. And this pissed me off, right? Like, as somebody whose colorings entirely exclude me from yellow, she could have worn yellow.
Yeah, yellow works well.
I would have looked dead. She could have tried.
Yeah. But then I really liked seeing... when they all kind of came together in the evening afterwards and had like the time they had the dildos and they had the penis stuff and all the rest of it, and Caroline's just drunk again, acting the fool. And she's like, I can't behave like this in front of Sergio.
And like, going, cock.
Yeah.
Also, I'm like, I would like to see the room in Dubai where they like confiscate all the dildos.
Who knew? You can't have a dildo in Dubai.
Why can you not have a dildo in Dubai?
You can't have a penis that's not part of an appendage. I don't know.
Why?
I don't know.
Like, have they written that down in a law? How embarrassing.
How many dildos did they have to see before they wrote it down? That's what I want to know. Like, how did that become a thing?
Exactly. Like, who they have to have, like, in the process that it takes for something to be a law. Like, how many people have to talk?
Or was it like simply one guy whose wife came home and shoved it up his ass one day and was just, and he was like, we can't have these. Yeah, we can't have these anymore.
I just think there are so many, like, dick-shaped things. Like, you're not solving a problem there.
All the stuff in Greece was penis-shaped, which was bizarre.
Just look at, like, root vegetables, man. Like, there was just, the things exist in the world.
Yeah, but
like,
Dubai don't grow stuff, do they?
No, that's true. But, like, people have been shoving stuff in themselves since, like, time.
Yeah. Oh, God. When said like that sounds awful.
It's just not going to stop people. It's just going to stop people having, like, clean sex toys. It's just going to mean people are improvising, which is probably worse. Or maybe they're not. Maybe they're just not having sex and they're not wanking, and then you end up with Sara.
Let's talk about her. So, her and one of the words on the sheet actually is that her and that Saba chick are no longer working together.
Okay.
So the girl that was in it this season.
I like Saba.
Yeah, so apparently they've gone their separate ways because their businesses and their ethos and ethics.
I mean, I don't understand what any of their businesses are.
I don't think anyone does. I don't think they make any money. I think it's all cloak and daggers. But
she just sounds too paid for education to not have a real job.
Or do you think she has a job in, like, Daddy's company?
I don't know. Do you think she's a spy?
Oh, she could be a spy.
I just think you rarely hear anyone with that sort of clipped English nowadays.
It's strawberry. Yeah. I don't know. Now you throw me. Now I'm thinking about her doing all the spy type of shit.
I mean, she looks like she would walk into a James Bond film, no bother, but that's maybe not what real spying is like.
But you know, like one of those women that come in hot on like the super motorbike and like takes the helmet off. I reckon that's her. And then fuck someone up with a big biro.
Oh, okay, specific.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like she can turn anything into a weapon. Okay, cool, good. Yeah, sure.
Anyway,
so Sara, and let's get into the maid of it all, right?
So first of all, shout out to Nina. She was back. Was it Nina? The other housewife.
Nina, the other one. Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, I really like seeing her. She was cool, and she's real rich. Like she's proper rich.
Yeah.
Like she's stupid.
Let's go to her house.
Yeah, I want to go see her house. Yeah, but so they're there. And they're talking about the maid.
They're talking about Akeem initially. So there's the Akeem of it. There's the Akeem not wanting her to work.
Yes.
But also not committing to her and not paying the bills. So
this is what happens when you don't have sex with people. They feel like they can control your life.
Pay for you.
If you fuck him, he will be under manners. That's just how it works.
Well, I just think she's not that dumb, and I think she's done the maths, and maybe it doesn't add up.
What, the penis size? What's not?
No, like her. I think the return on her shag.
You mean he'd be paying too much?
I think he's just gonna be like, turns out I'm not gonna pay that.
Right.
She's so like adamant that like it's all his responsibility. I'm like, you're gonna have to do some work.
Yeah, for sure.
I also think like I feel like, and I don't know where I'm feeling this from, but I feel like she's just like looking for an excuse to badmouth him.
Yeah.
Because realistically, she was never going to marry this fucking whatever the fuck he is, sports model. Like, he's not the answer.
He could have been everything. We don't know.
No, we do know, because she wants a rich Arab man. He is none of those things.
He's Muslim, though.
Yeah, but
that's got to count for something.
He doesn't live in Dubai.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then there's the maid of it. So she gets back. And also she's left her kid with the maid.
I don't know if she has. I don't know. I think because she does have parents in the area.
Okay.
So I don't know if
Fine.
when she travels, if she leaves the kid with the maid, because I wouldn't have thought so, or unless this whole story is fabricated, because surely that would be the perfect time to take the kid.
Yeah.
Right?
She has got back to Dubai. She's found out that the maid has been having men over. This poor maid, she's so dumb. She's having men over who want to kidnap the boy.
Yes.
And so she fires the maid, rings the police, which on paper, this all sounds legitimate, but her reaction to it is so under.
Yeah.
It's so incredibly bizarre. And she is fully discussing it in front of him because she said the police would have to have discussed it with him.
But they wouldn't have said explicit words. They wouldn't
have said, "Oh, did someone come to the house?" Because they might have been going to kidnap you.
They would have said, "Have you had any experience, any like weird experience? Anyone come in?
Who's been to the house recently? Who have you met?
Has anyone spoken to you that you don't really know?
Have there been any men in the house?" Like, no one was saying you were going to get kidnapped. You've told him. This seems so unbelievably irresponsible.
Can we talk about the underwear thing?
Yes.
When he was like, "And they stole your underwear." Why would he know that?
And why would it be
a weird thing?
Like, why have you made it noteworthy?
Yeah.
He has such a weird relationship with him where he is like her little sidekick. It's so shitty for him.
It's awful. Absolutely awful. I understand that parents of like single parents have a different relationship with their children, especially if they've been a single parent from when they were very small, because there are things that you have to say and do that means that they're going to grow up a lot faster than everybody else. And that's fine and that's reasonable. But when it's something that can actually scar them for the rest of their life, like, take a minute.
I think she's really, but also she's like grumpy about it, which of all the emotions seems like the wrong one.
No. I would have
be angry. Or play it down to him. But this idea there's an inconvenience and a legal thing. Like, it's so wrong in every which way.
But I think everything, I don't think she feels anything. I know she's on this whole spiritual thing and she's like the fucking priestess goddess of the fucking group and she had all of the spiritual people and all the rest of it. But I think she does that because she doesn't know how to process feelings and emotions. She doesn't have empathy.
Yeah, maybe.
And I think that she doesn't have any of that. And I think that that's why she does all of this extra stuff, is because she's trying to pretend that she has all of that.
I feel so bad for that little boy. It's so horrible. I thought it was really interesting, like the other reactions, like Lisa was like, "Oh my God, the idea of my kids being kidnapped," which obviously nobody wants, but I just thought, I don't think anyone's kidnapping your kids, man. That's like a handful.
Like, I'm looking to my children. No one's taking you because they're bringing you straight back.
And then I was thinking, imagine Stanbury with that. What is she called? Jasmine?
Yeah.
She'd be just there being like, "Well, we thought we'd have to pay for her wedding. Someone's taking all of our fucking hands. Brilliant. Thanks, mate." But yeah, I mean, it was just so uncanny. All of that shit.
It was really weird.
So weird.
I'm not happy about it at all. I just think it's like, I think every time she has a scene with her son,
it's so uncomfortable.
It highlights more crazy shit that I don't think we should be seeing.
No, absolutely. Yeah, it's like distasteful.
It's distasteful. Oh, it's a conundrum.
It's a conundrum, man.
Yeah, it is.
She is a conundrum.
It is bizarre. Yeah. I really like Talene, though. I'm enjoying her in her first season. Is she full-time or is she friend of?
I think she's friend of.
Oh, okay, because she gets a lot of screen time. When they go to the races.
The polo,
that was it. That's what they go for.
The polo. So people don't know what wears as a polo. Now, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure what the etiquette is for polo. I thought it was like athletics, though, like athletic wear.
Yeah, like Ralph Lauren.
Yeah, I think Lisa
Yeah.
had it. Like,
Yeah,
like they all looked like they were in church. I didn't know you had to wear a hat. Is that a thing?
I didn't think so. Not for polo. It's not Ascot.
No. Yeah.
National or somewhere.
I can't. It is like it's all such new money, isn't it? Like, and so we must have polo. Like, why? Like, why don't you just have horse racing?
I mean, I don't know.
It's like rich people fucking love horses. I like. I don't
Horses
get it.
are lovely. They are a beautiful, majestic animal. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to spend my whole Saturday looking at one.
And not like people
Riding
riding around playing fucking hockey on it.
Isn't it more like croquet
Yeah, it is more like croquet, or
than hockey? But I thoroughly enjoyed like that statement. Yeah.
I can't get there. I think my family has tried too hard to be middle class for like me to fuck about with horses.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Fair.
I just think I just know that the horses that I relate to are not those horses.
No, they're not. They are not. It's very obvious that they are not the same. They are not bred the same.
Not the same. They're on ropes.
They might be able to run as fast, but they're running from something else.
Yeah, lights, blue lights.
Yeah, they're not running to the other side.
And again, though, like obviously, Ayan's in like an Ayan outfit. What about when her and her husband went to lunch and she had like a fucking leopard coming in? Where's she getting these outfits with these animals in the shoulders?
Can we talk about? I really want one. I really want one. I think they're amazing. But I couldn't have it in my house. It would scare the shit out of me every time I open my wardrobe. Like, I could never drink again if I knew I had outfits like that in the house, because I would just like, it would be one of those days where I'm
oh my God. And I would have to like pay Mike to move them.
Yeah, I couldn't touch them. They'd be there.
I'd be like, just go and put it in the downstairs toilet just to see her shit herself.
And he would do it too. Or he'd put it outside like a window or something. So I'd turn around.
Oh God, it would be illuminated. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah, he would love that. That would be like his favorite present ever. Just making me shit myself. Oh man.
That's really tickles me.
Well, I'll let you finish. Still going.
Right, okay. But I so liked when they were all imitating each other. I liked how good Talene and Brooks were.
They were really good. They were so good. Oh,
I think because they got such strong accents, and like it's so easy, isn't it, with Stanbury, because you just have to be like a kind of little clip twerp, and then like it's perfect.
yeah.
What about her and Sergio? Where are we at?
We're the same place we're always at. He wants a baby. She's not going to have one. They're going to get a divorce.
She says they've never talked about this properly before. I'm like,
what?
We've seen you talk about it 75 times.
To be fair to her, actually, I think she said, is it a deal breaker? And he kind of said yes. And she was like, well, you've never said that before. He didn't say it then either. Mm-hmm. He just said, I want a baby. He didn't answer your question.
I'm like, but you have an embryo.
Yeah, so you must have done
You must have thought it was a possibility.
Yeah.
Getting eggs out of people isn't easy.
No.
It's not choosing in a cup. Like,
yeah.
Come on, man. You must have thought there was a chance we were having a baby.
Oh, I couldn't do that on a whim.
No,
like,
I don't think you
do it
on a whim. I think it's like months of shit.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, there had to have been an end goal. Women freeze their eggs or create embryos because that's like they're preparing for something, or it's the last shot. Like, she must have known. Like, why would you do that to yourself?
I think at one point she was so fucking giddy at the concept that she was going to marry this like Ken doll that she just would have done anything. I think she was just like getting banged for the first time in decades and was like, let's do it. Like, I think she's genuinely like besotted with the like kind of optics, like the fact that it's like it's another chance and she's got a chance to be happy, and she had completely written that out of her future.
Yeah.
And she was like so giddy about it, which obviously she can't express, but she's like terribly British. And so she was just like, she would have done anything if he'd been like, why don't we just cut our fingers off? She'd be like, okay. Now, like, the reality of it is settling in.
Would you want to have another baby at 46?
No, absolutely not. Plus, she's 50.
I mean, she's not 50 yet.
Isn't she? I thought she turned 50.
No, they said on the show, I know this was filmed a while ago, but they said that she's only got a couple of years left because she's like 47 this year.
Okay, fine. I mean, no, absolutely not. And also, like she's so close to being done with it.
I just feel like my body would shut down and I would die. If I had to carry a child at 50, I couldn't do it.
I mean, I think that is completely unreasonable.
I couldn't do it at 28. Like, my body almost shut down.
I just think his reasons are quite selfish.
But no, at the same time,
Okay.
You had children for selfish reasons. We all had children for selfish reasons. It's just different because we weren't 30 yet.
Yeah, and he's only like 34.
Yeah, but he's chosen to be with someone who is in that age group.
But this idea that she's going to be like dead soon and he's going to be on his own. I'm like, but you don't have to be.
Yeah, but at the same time, anyone can die at any moment. There's no like time.
Yeah, there's no guarantee on any of it. Yeah.
So I feel like
she's not like a geriatric. It's not like she's going to die like predictably in the next 10 years.
She's more likely to die on the operating table than she is to die in normal circumstances.
But there's a very good chance she's got 40 years left.
Oh, dear.
By which point he'll be in his 70s.
Yeah. The kid will be grown.
Like, what is their age gap? Like 10, 15, like 12 years or something?
Yeah.
15 years?
Yeah.
If she dies at 90, he'll be 75. It's not like he's going to be like alone forever.
No, I know.
If people were widowed at that age.
Yeah. Fair.
It's like, I don't think she's going to die at 60.
She might.
She might, but I don't think there's nothing to suggest she will. She hasn't got a bad heart.
No. She's got loads of money.
She hasn't got a good heart.
No. But that's for different reasons.
Yeah. So this idea that he's like going to be alone.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like he has the right to have a child if that's what he wants to do. But I think that they should have had this conversation properly before they got married.
Yeah. And I think everybody should have this conversation before they get married.
Because I think it's pointless now having this conversation.
Yeah, it's very awkward now.
She's like, well, I'm married and I'm happy. And he's like, well, I'm not. Well, then see ya.
Maybe he could just get something else.
Like a puppy?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Puppies?
I don't know. I think they should have a baby.
Like adopt a baby?
No, I think they should have their baby, but I don't think she should carry it.
Okay.
I think it should be a surrogate situation. I just think they should have their baby. Someone else carry it. Sergio and Nanny raise it.
But we all know Sergio is not going to be able to raise it because he cannot cope for 5 days when she's in Bali.
Well, then they pay someone an extortionate amount of money to raise their child.
And then they just send it to boarding school.
And then they
just like every other rich English kid.
Yeah, no different. Same problems. No one gives a fuck.
And they'll just do it to a Catholic one this time.
Yeah.
Because he's Spanish.
Or send it to his parents. His mum will raise it. She did a great job with Sergio, didn't she?
She looks like she's done.
Do you think? I reckon she'd raise that baby.
I reckon she would step up, but she'd be angry about it. Not towards the kid, but to him, she'd be like, the fuck you doing? But at that point, I think he just moves back to his mom.
Spain? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's so codependent.
He is.
Why is that?
I think that's a Spanish man thing, though.
Do
A lot of
you?
Spanish men
Okay.
are codependent that I know of, yeah.
Okay.
That aren't like academic or like professional in that sense. Like the ones that
Okay.
are good looking and have had an easy time of it. They've had like a
Talk.
career that's not had to stress them out too much. They kind of have
Okay.
their mum that takes care of them because they're good looking, and yeah,
Maybe.
it's tough.
Yeah, I feel like it's just, yeah, they need to have a conversation, don't they? Like off camera. They need
I
to have some real
don't know.
talk.
I think they have it on camera because Caroline wants to contain it.
She wants to minimize everything, doesn't she? Like this is already too much of a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, it's bad, isn't it? And it would be heartbreaking. Like you see this in real life when people think like, oh, well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah, that bridge.
And then they come to it and you're like, oh, this is horrible. Like,
You're not in Dukes of Hazzard. You can't jump from that side of the bridge where over the gap in the middle of the bridge to the other side of the bridge. You can't do it.
there is no Keanu Reeves on this bus.
There's no Keanu Reeves on this bus, bitch. You have to. The bridge has to be in like one cohesive line.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting. It's because it's kind of like the other way around to what it like to the like norm maybe that like the woman wants to have kids and the man doesn't.
Yeah.
And because of the time of her like life that he's come into her relationship, like her kids aren't kids.
No, and they don't like him.
No, why would they? Can you imagine you're a teenager, you have a fucking 34-year-old stepdad?
Oh, who spends longer in the bathroom than they do.
Yeah, no. I can't imagine I would like him.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad. But then, and like, was she so genuinely happy when he like makes her a birthday cake? How shit was her first husband?
Oh, yeah, he was never there. He was never there. He paid for everything and like gave her a lifestyle. Like, not that she couldn't afford it on her own, but he did. But he was never there. Yeah.
It's like Jen. It's like OC Jen,
Yeah.
but with money.
But I'd like Mike to do stuff like that for me. Like Sergio, like actually gives a fuck. Like he tries.
It's because he's kept.
But this is that too. Yeah, he has no level of stress, does he?
Like, what else is he doing?
Well, yeah. If
Like, she went away for 5 days. All he had to do was get a cake, and she thinks the sunshine that was off.
Fair.
Like, they employ someone to fucking give vitamins to the plants. It was so interesting when Lisa was talking about the nanny, and she was like, "As expats, we rely on our nannies." I was like, "What does that mean?"
Well, they don't have family.
But I just think that's too naive of a statement.
Well, yes.
I was like, I can't deal with that. That's too stupid.
I would rely on myself and my husband. I don't know if I'd rely on
You don't have to like. And she's like then using that. I'm like, you're just driving your own narrative, aren't you? Like, no, I really want my mum to move here even more because my kids might get kidnapped. Like, what? Sorry, there was some stops in the middle we missed there.
Yeah.
Like, I just think, yes, people rely on their childcare providers not selling their children. I don't think that has anything to do with your like expat status.
No, fair. Fair.
It might be that most people in Dubai don't have a nanny because it's a culture where most of the women stay home. But like there are clearly women who work. Look at Sara.
Well,
I mean, I don't know what she does, but she gets paid 45 grand to go on a podcast. Or maybe she doesn't. The man who doesn't wear a shirt, it doesn't sound like a bad job.
yeah. I mean, I'll do it.
I'll do for half that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I cannot be spiritual. I cannot sell that.
No, I couldn't do that. No. I could go on as like the cynic that they're trying to convert.
Yeah, sure.
It'd be a hard job. We'd probably end up having to pay them after.
You owe me 12 grand in like religious therapy.
But yeah, like I'm out. I'm done. I'm questioning everything, my whole existence. I'm having an existential crisis.
Don't worry, mate, because now you don't have to pay for everything. You can like be liberated and find a modern woman who's gonna have a job. It's gonna be fine.
Oh, well, when said like that.
45 grand, please.
Anything else to add about Dubai?
I don't think so. I think that's it.
Yeah. All right.
Have you seen the trailer for Salt Lake?
I have seen the trailer for Salt Lake.
How are you feeling about that?
I don't want another Bronwyn.
Mm. Oh.
The Bronwyn name doesn't go well.
No.
Whereas she was fantastic TV, I couldn't stand her.
It's weird, isn't it? Because how many Bronwyns have we ever like even interacted with in the world, and yet we know it's not a good idea.
No. 2. This is to be the second one.
And we've learned.
Yes, we've learned a lot. However, Mary Cosby being back as full-time, everything.
What has she done?
Oh, she's done some stuff, but bitch looks good. And I know she's a problematic human. I know she's racist. I know she's a piece of shit. I know she runs a cult. I know she does all of that stuff.
She runs a cult.
But she is the best thing to ever hit our TV. The best thing.
She should just come with a disclaimer, on the ticker tape all the time. Like, she runs a cult. She is a racist.
She married her granddad. That bitch is everything. Absolutely everything. And her and Meredith going at it, yes. I'm excited.
We'll watch.
Yeah, so we're getting Salt Lake, New York.
Yes.
And there's something else
I
coming.
can't remember who's in New York.
All of the people and then one extra chick.
That...
She's a Scientologist.
Oh, good.
Yeah. No, but we have some more shows coming. What else do we have?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I can't think right now.
Atlanta?
And Potomac.
Do we?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think I've done remarkably well. I'm quite not sure of who I am and what day it is and where we are. So I think I've been quite on this.
Oh, you have. You've been very snappy and on point. Yeah, we've been impressed. We've been impressed.
With most people's names most of the time.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for listening and for putting up with us during our summer break. We are back to.
I know. It's so sad. I mean, no, it's not, because this is nice, but they're having to go to work is sad.
I know. So we'll be back every week now until Christmas.
Everywhere.
I know, it's not even you. I'm not even upset about the podcast. It's just like, oh fuck, life is Zoom.
You've got your whole exciting stuff happening.
Yeah, I know, and I'm going camping next week as well. This doesn't help.
Okay, so right, I have camping related questions.
Okay, I need to pee. So, like, can I pee and we talk about this?
Sure. I mean, it's very short. I just don't understand when and how you have sex with your